and welcome to another vlog on this channel. Today I'm going to be taking part 2 of the house job experience. If you've not watched the first part, please watch it. It's the previous one before this one. Today's part is going to be 12 things to consider before you start house job. Now, who is this vlog for? This vlog is for medical students. It's for those that just finished medical school, about to start house job. So those that just recently started house job, and even if you're in the middle of house job, this vlog is going to be very important to you. Take it as my lessons that I learned from house job to you, in considering when to do your house job and total experience in general. Now, I'm going to be looking at my book because I actually wrote down a list of stuff to help this conversation go through. Now, by the way, if you've not subscribed, if you've not commented, if you've not liked, do not hesitate to do that. Now, if you've not subscribed or done any of those things, let's do that before we start. Yeah, do it. Okay, let's go on. Now, the first one I'm going to say is find a place close to home for ease of accessibility. I didn't consider this when choosing a place for my house job, and later on I realized how it put me on a place of disadvantage to an extent. So if you can't find a place where your family home is, find a place that you can easily access for the sake of just movement, visiting your family. You will need something from home, so it's going to just be easier to pop in your house. And I know you may want to seek adventure, which is not bad, but I'm just saying that this is going to be very important in the long run. Now, if you are not picking a place out of frustration, out of let me just do my house job, if you actually have an option, I think it's something to consider. The second one is to plan to save and have a goal towards it. Now, I'm a natural saver. I've always loved saving since I started having money. But one of the things I did not do was to have a goal like I wanted to achieve with saving. And I realized with how cumbersome house job was when I started, because I started with a very stressful unit, I realized that by my 5th to 6th month that I had not really been saving. I had not been actively saving every month. And I was like, girl, so that made me just start saving like a lot, but still it would have not been the same if I had a specific amount of money I wanted to save every month. I would have possibly saved more. Now, have a goal because it's going to help you to know how much you are saving, also help you cut down costs. Like, house job is not a time to just flex anyhow. It's a time to actually save and invest. If you can find a place to even invest to grow your money, it's going to be good, because by the time 1 year is done, you should have at least gotten a turnover over it. So have a plan. Now, this is very important, especially if you're not taking care of people. If you're not taking care of people, if you don't have a lot of responsibility, financial responsibility, this is the best time to save good money. Now, the third one is approach the experience with a learning heart and ask questions. This is something that I came with, and it helped me throughout my house job. Like, I approached house job with a heart to learn, and I ask questions. Like, I love asking questions. Like, even if I have no idea of what you are doing, when I just observed after a while, I'll have a question to ask. And this really helps my experience. So approach house job with a learning heart and be ready to learn. Then the fourth one is intentionally decide to have a good experience with colleagues, your seniors, and other head personnel. See, we had this cat and dog experience within the hospital environment. See, there's nothing you can do much about it. That's always been there. But don't approach with the mind that you're coming to fight with anybody, you're coming to have any problem with anybody. Have the mind that you want to have a good relationship and work towards it. Remain professional with your colleagues, at least within the hospital environment. Remain professional with other health personnel. Remain professional with patients, because patients too have their own challenges. Some would want to override you, they want to abuse your friendliness. Some would want to look down on you. See, you have all those things coming up, but have it in mind that you are going to remain professional. You're going to do the right thing, take care of your patient, do your work. But when it's time to be kind, be polite, you do that as well. It's very important to have good impression. See, because a person is a patient doesn't mean that is all that they are at. You never know who is who, and it's not like you're going to try to bribe people with your behavior. But good names, like the Bible says, good names better than riches. It's important to have a good name, and good impressions matter. You never know who your patient is. You never know who people are. Sometimes when a patient comes to you first, like if you meet a patient for the first time, you may not know exactly who they are, so you may not be able to start treating them preferentially, because there are patients that you may have to treat preferentially due to the their position based on maybe orders from your seniors. But like one of the things I approached was that I treated all my patients well, regardless of who they were, and it made me feel good. It made me feel like I was really doing my job well. Like, you don't have to be playful type, but it's important for you to just treat people well. Another thing again that this house job helped me to do was to improve my social skills. So use it to improve your time to listen, to communicate effectively. See, intentionally have these ideas, because you just have 1 year, and some of the people that you meet, you never know when next you meet them in life. The fifth one is apply yourself and learn as much as possible. Now, depending on where you go, some places will force you to apply yourself, while some places it depends on how much you are willing to apply yourself. So it's a time to learn. When I started house job, initially it looked like some people were not allowing me to learn. I told myself I came here to learn. Oh, you can't take my shine. You can't block me from learning. Don't let anybody stop you from learning. I think I tweeted that during the beginning part of my house job. Learn as much as you can. Put yourself out there, because it's your time to learn. It's your time to ask questions. It's your time to apply yourself. Then the sixth one is create time to still study. This is something I didn't really do because I was very stressed. But yes, house job is very overwhelming. But see, don't do house job with your brain blank. See, this is my advice to you. I'm someone that really loves reading. In the initial part of my house job, like for the most part of my house job initially, my laptop was down. I didn't have my school books. Like I said, because of distance, I didn't carry all those loads, and my laptop was not very good, and I was not really being able to keep up. But I just advise, try and study, try and just read up, try and involve yourself. One of the advantage I had where I was that they are very educating, they teach a lot, so that was helping me, and then using Google. But in terms of studying as hard as I planned to, I didn't really, and that would be one thing that if I could just go back, I would have tried to just be more intentional. I read in some postings, but not as much as I would have wanted to. So just try and study something so that your brain can still be can still be functioning. Then the seventh one I'm going to say, take pictures. Hey, take pictures. Oh. See, if it's taking picture of you doing a procedure, picture of you presenting, take pictures. I'm someone that's very, very sensitive about my patient's privacy, so I was very careful about that. But my advice is that even if you want to take a picture during a procedure with a patient, take consent, or don't expose a patient's privacy. Take it in a way that whatever you are doing will be protected. You are not going to reveal your patient's identity. Don't talk about your patients in public spaces. Don't reveal who they are. If you're not talking about in an educational environment or other doctors, please, it's very careful. Be careful to avoid litigation. So I was very, very, very sensitive about my patient's privacy, so I was not out there doing it. But by the time I was doing my surgery rotation, I realized that I had not even taken like reasonable pictures, and I'm grateful that one of my colleagues was able to just capture one experience, and that's the only experience I'm holding on to. So my advice would be, take pictures with your friends, with your seniors, with important people. See, aside from doing your work, you are building a foundation for your career. I've told you, LinkedIn is there. It's important for you to do that. Then the ninth one, I think that was the eighth one, or did I mix it up? Oh, I think I mixed up. The next one will be, take care of yourself. See, take care of yourself. Don't overdo. If anything happens to you, work will continue. That's one of the things my friends was really hammering on me. Onichi, I know you like work, but take care of yourself, please. When you are down, when you are not feeling fine, take permission and take a sick leave. Don't overdo. Do your work when necessary. Doesn't mean you cannot go the extra mile, but don't overwork yourself. Your life is also important. Then the next one is, don't overlook other areas of your life. Don't overlook other areas of your life are very important. Your hobbies, in things that you love to do, don't ignore them. See, you need something to be keeping you sane. Don't overlook other hobbies that you love to do. See, if you don't have a hobby, develop it too, because it's going to be important. Your life is not all about medicine. You have other areas of your life that are important too. So don't overlook other areas of your life and try to do something about them. I think because I'm a very highly passionate person, knowing that it's not only medicine that I love to do, there are many things I love to do. So I was able to still find time for those things, and it made my experience more productive. Because after house job, at least I'm not like dusting off things that I've not done in like a long time. I can still continue, and also it helps to also build your CV portfolio. The next thing I'll say is I have an idea of what next. I'm in the category of people like that too. Have an idea of what next you want to do. Have an idea. It's going to be very important. Think about it. I had a lot of people in my cycle that spurred me, so that was an advantage for me. But I'll still have an idea of what next you want to do, and then prepare for it. That will be the 11th one. Prepare for what next you want to do. Try and have a plan. Prepare for this plan you have. Just prepare for it, because that's just what I would say. Like, have an idea of what next and then prepare for it. Then the last one is trust God for your life, and don't overlook your relationship with God. Relationship with God is very important. As a Christian, it's always going to be something I always point out. Don't overlook your relationship with God. Don't say, oh, because of house job, oh, I don't have time for church, I don't have time to pray, I don't have time to fast, I don't have time to read my Bible. It's one year of your life. You can't neglect the most important relationship, which is your relationship with God. So don't overlook your relationship with God, and trust Him for what next, what to do, how to prepare, and trust God for every other part of your life in your house job. Trust Him for protection, trust Him for provision, trust Him. See, learn to protect yourself. Be careful when you are handling patients. Like, men, watch out. You are the first important person. You are the first important person. But then, yes, other people that you are going to take care of also matter as well. So if this point resonates with you, don't hesitate to leave a like, to comment, to share to other people that I know. But this will be very important. So most likely I might compile this into a small book so that you can actually download and watch and read rather in your free time. So if I possibly did that, you are going to see the image here, and you're going to get the link in my bio to access. So yes, with that being said, I hope the background noise did not really disturb you a lot. And with that being said, until next time on this channel, continue to stay safe and God bless.